Hey friends, I'm on my back porch in my swing. Looks like we're gonna have a storm. I think me and George are gonna lay down and watch Netflix if Gio don't quit acting crazy. But I've been doing my Bible study this morning, and I'm just finishing up, and kind of went from this perspective, Revelation song, because I started in Revelation 13, yeah. I started here, and this talks about the indwelling of the beast and the false prophet, and the leading up to getting the mark of the beast for the left behinds, and where you're going to have to make a choice. Doesn't want to focus very well. I don't really feel like reading it, so if y'all want to read it, just pause it and try to get it there. So just pause it, and some of these notes are older, but most of them I did today. I think in the black pen is the notes I took today. And then I went to 14. And kind of broke it down. And it's really, Gio just screamed, "I hate my life." What an ungrateful little boy. This is Revelation 14, verse 3. And they sang a renewed song before the throne, before the 4 living creatures and the elders, and no one was able to learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. But at this point, when we're singing our secret songs, is what I'm calling it, we've already been home and had the wedding feast, because here in chapter 7 is the description of us being in heaven, and it's Shamayim, and it says, "The Lamb who is in the midst of the throne shall shepherd them and lead them to fountains of waters of life, and Elohim shall wipe away every tear from their eye." So that's where well, they got here because one of the elder, John, was asking in his visitation at this time, and talking to messengers and to the 24,000, the 24 elders and the living creatures and God. He was there talking to him in the future. And someone came up to John while he was there, one of the elders, and said to him, "Who are these people that just showed up here? Where did they come from?" Like it was in all these verses, it was just the 24 elders and the 4 living creatures. So, yeah. And John says to him, "Master, you know." And he said to me, John's like, "Why are you asking me? You already know who they are. You tell me." These are those coming out of great distress, having washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Because of this, they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his dwelling place. And he who sits on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun strike them or any heat. Because the Lamb who is in the midst of the throne shall shepherd them and lead them to the fountains of waters of life. And Elohim shall wipe away every tear from their eye. Isn't that beautiful? And the chapter before chapter 7 is the opening of the seals. So I take it that all this has to happen. And then right before the 7th seal, in this time frame, is when the rapture will occur. The harpazo of the 144,000. I mean, it could happen that way. It's just how you take it. That's just my interpretation. That's the word that God's given me. I'm not saying I know everything. It's just the way I've read it. And we get sealed. Where's it at? Here comes the rain. You hear it coming? Honey? The rain started.
It's been an hour since you said, let me just finish this and then what you need.
You took a shower.
It's been an hour.
You know I'm making a video. I'm coming. Let me just finish this. I'm wrapping it up. I'm trying to find where it says where we're getting sealed. This is where the dead go first. The dead go before the opening of the seals. And they're singing songs. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right. I know it. I'm just looking right over it. Okay. And I heard the number of... And I saw another messenger coming up from the rising of the sun, holding the seal of the living Elohim. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 messengers, to whom it was given to harm the earth and the sea, saying, do not harm the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of our Elohim upon their foreheads. And I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000, sealed out of all the tribes of the children of Israel. See, I knew I was looking right over it. Okay, that's when we're getting sealed. Once we're all sealed, that's when we're going to go up the harpazo. And then, once we're gone, the locust is going to come out of the pit that I talked about last night. The horses. Okay, and it says, and it was given to them that they should not kill anybody, but to torture them for 5 months. They can't harm the grass, trees, anything green, like fruits, the fields. They can't harm that. Like a normal locust would eat up a field of wheat. This kind of locust cannot do that. And they cannot hurt anyone that has been sealed from God. Because after we go up, there's going to be the remnant. And they're going to get seals too. They're still going to be Christians. Either they'll take it right away when they see the harpazo, or they'll take it to getting beheaded, or some people will even live to the very end of the 7 years, and they are in the Lord's army, and we'll be helping them. Okay. It all depends on what perspective you're looking at it. They sting man. They have scorpions that stings man and tortures them. And the sting lasts for 5 months. And it was like a scorpion sting. And in those days men shall seek death and not find it, and they shall long to die, but death shall flee from them. For some reason, people won't be able to die, even if they try to kill themselves. They can't. It's supernatural. Who knows? I mean, for God's sake. There's locusts coming out of a pit. Look, out of a pit, like the smoke of a great furnace. The sun was darkened, and the air, and it was because of smoke. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. And on their heads were crowns, like gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. And they had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth, and they had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the sound of chariots, of many horses running into battle. And they have tails like scorpions, and stings, and their tails is their authority to harm men for 5 months. And they have over them a sovereign, the messenger of the pit, whose name is, that word, but in Yawanati he has the name of Apollyon. The first woe is past. See, 2 woes are still coming after this. So, pretty sure all the seals have been opened. And now we're on woes. And then after woes becomes trumpets. Trumpets. See, we always forget about the woes. Alright, George is going to get something on me. I bet we won't even be able to watch a movie because the internet's not working. Goodness gracious. Alright. So, I wrote down a bunch of verses and I tried to, like, make a mind map or something. Like, follow the trail. Yeah, let me show you one more. And I don't know if y'all probably have already seen this 100 times. Sorry. It's in chapter 13. Right here. Here is the wisdom. He who has understanding, let him calculate the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is blah, blah, blah. See that? And chapter 13 talks all about what's going to happen. How it's going to go down. The indwelling. And then it talks about us. The Lord's army. The 144,000. And it talks about angels. And I think it talks about, I think that I have to keep going. But during this time, this is like almost the end of this is the last 3.5 years. The Antichrist don't come. The Antichrist comes onto the scene, but he's not indwelt by the beast spirit yet. He's just a flesh taking orders for the first 3.5 years. Okay? And then after the 3.5 years, that's when the beast indwells and the false prophet indwells into the flesh forms of, Barack and the Pope. And I don't know what's up with Macron. I think Macron's something. He's something. With his weird wife. Lord forgive me if I'm wrong, but the last half is when the beast is gonna, the first 3.5, the mark of the beast will come, okay? And then you don't have to choose it. You're not going to be killed if you don't choose it right away. It's not up until this time is when, if you don't choose it, you're going to get your head cut off, okay? Because the first 3.5, the flesh suit is making peace, and it's really going to fool a lot of people until things start going downhill and he's going to get assassinated. This isn't just a president. This is, when it happens, it's going to be a whole new world order. There's not going to be an American president or a French president or an English prime minister. It's going to be the complete new world order. One world religion. Like, they're already banning the Bibles, and like they have to set that up. It's like a slow boil. I've heard a lot of people refer to it like that. A slow boil. And that's why we are to be awake and to see what's going on, okay? This is way longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope you understand. So, once we get to the last 3.5 years, the beginning of the last half, the Great Tribulation, is when the mark of the beast, and it says here that he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and slave, to be given a mark upon their right hand or upon their foreheads, and that no one should be able to buy or sell except he that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number. So it'll be like a, what would it be called? Like a logo, his logo, his name, or his number, and that's the number. And here is the wisdom. He who understands, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Okay? So it's telling you. And the false prophet will heal through witchcraft and sorcery and make him come back to life. And it even says that the false prophet makes fire to come down from heaven on the earth before men. All this is witchcraft, though. It's false. It's not God. It's not Jesus. But a lot of people are going to be fooled thinking it is. Have your mark. Okay. Comment questions if I'm not a teacher, so comment and tell me if you didn't get something, okay? And I'll do my best to try to clarify it. Alright, love y'all, fam.